Stream. I just want to make sure before we get going here. Once I actually remember how to actually transition, how do I make it transition? It's been so long since I've been in studio mode. Oh no! Oh no! I forget how to do this.
On my pie in the sky.
You know what? I'm just gonna come out of studio mode, and I'm just gonna go there. There we go.
My ears and U's.
I want to go to there.
There. Now we're out of studio mode and we're all audible. Hello and welcome back to Cosmos Candela by Dying of Exposure. My name is Steve. I am your game mommy, and I'm joined by the vast majority of my kooky cosmonauts. Hopefully all of them soon. We're not going to do the standard greeting. We are going to just jump into the recap. No, I mean, if you want to say hi,
how will they know that we like them if we don't say hi to them?
Okay.
How will they? What if they just think we're not friendly?
Love this concept.
Say something nice about. Say something nice about. Let's, because they're the one that brought it up. I would like to go around. And each person will say something nice about Kelly.
And you can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to take my headphones out so I don't have to do this.
Sit there and take love.
We do love you, Meister Hypester.
Take this positivity.
Let's start with Abby. Say something nice about Kelly.
I want to hear what I'm going to say.
Powerless against me.
No, I can't from what I'm going to do.
Meister Hypester, feel free to type in the chat what someone says so that Kelly has to see it.
No.
Okay, big heart from that. All right, Will, say something nice about Kelly.
I will in just a second. I'm actually I have some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Like Demiplane, we love you, but like you're giving me some grief.
It's thrown some weird things. You might have to log out and log into it again. I did earlier today, even though it didn't indicate that I needed to.
Everything's fine now. I'm like I understand Demiplane, but like communication is part of a healthy relationship.
Sometimes your error messaging needs to be a little bit more clear. Not a mind reader, Demiplane. I would love to be. I ask the question. With genuine thing. Glitch, say something nice about Kelly.
Let's see, something nice about Kelly.
Glitch, you don't have to do this.
But
Stop
I
thinking.
want it.
Glitch,
But I want to do this.
You don't have to do this.
I want to do this. I'm going to do this. You're getting complimented. Yes. Your voice is as comforting as a warm cup of sake.
Ooh, type that down for Kelly there, Meister Hypester.
Okay, I have mine.
And then Will.
Kelly, you are responsible for one of the greatest moments of any Monster of the Week game I have ever run.
That's fair.
The Mimic baseball bat.
Oh my God, the Mimic baseball bat.
When that comes up, because I remember I clipped that and I shared it to TikTok. So that means every year when TikTok says like on this day of such and such date, that clip comes up and it's like Mimic baseball. Like, that was gorgeous.
It's truly
delicious.
We're done.
I miss Travis.
You'll be done now.
All right, so they're done saying nice things about you, Kel.
Please don't lie to me.
I'm not. They're done saying nice things about you.
So I gave you hearts instead.
You're good. You're
fair.
Okay.
You're safe.
Don't you ever do that again.
Don't read the chat though. Anyway,
do that again.
You're pushing me so hard to make it a regular intro.
No, you know what you do? You know what you do is you make it a button that you can redeem channel points for.
Oh,
everybody say something nice about Kelly.
That is good. That's good streamer engagement right there.
They do that over on ADH Adventures. That's actually a common thing. Like you can redeem channel points and make either the entire party say something nice about a particular person or make that person say something nice about themselves.
I love that.
Oh, that second one's even worse. Oh,
I love that so much.
I'd rather die.
Like, you comfort yourself. Fuck no!
Yeah.
You're gonna be nice to yourself, and you're gonna like it.
All right. So, last session on Cosmos Candela.
Ugh, what is this group? What is this game?
After
That's what it is.
collecting together in their base in the blimp to basically, I gotta close something else on my computer because it's left over from work.
Mind twiddling.
To basically download on the events.
Twiddle your mind.
That is the worst possible description of that ability.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I spoke without
I love your
thinking.
sake set glitch. That's pretty. Side note. I like your
Oh,
sake set.
Thank
I
you.
didn't get to
I found
see
it
the
at
correct
Goodwill
word.
today.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
We love a Goodwill purchase.
I'm a thrifty bitch.
All
But
of my
yes,
purchases are Goodwill purchases.
I knew you were going to take advantage of it. Well,
Where did I get my robe from?
But you downloaded on the events after having a conversation with Grem about trust and lack thereof from Grem, after discussing different emotional different like emotional beats or concepts of who people might have connections with, who people, organizations or cults, if you will, that people might have had past history with. And of course, we shouldn't forget the heist that Eddie and Tery did earlier in the episode. Well, Eddie didn't really heist anything.
What a time.
Tery stole a specific Power Ranger figurine, and it is now his.
High drama.
But yeah, it was just a high drama, high emotional, high confession setting about trustworthiness and honesty. We learned a fair amount about Power Rangers, and we learned a fair amount about Kilo and their untold history with the chorus or the choir, depending on who one asks. And their sort of lore around the fact that they hear voices from the void, and they do not, or they believe that it is meaningful and that it is important and deific-like, and other people believe that they are wild for believing those things. But it ties in some mysterious bits to Eddie's abilities. It ties in some mysterious bits to the fact that Nim could, in theory, hear things around it and was levitating because of it all the way back in the campaign. And Kilo, of course, found some solace in their assuredness and helpfulness in Kilo's personal quest. But at the end of the episode, in order to try to discover why Gray Industries might be so interested in Nim specifically, because normally they wouldn't track and trace and monitor and try to recover an asset, there was a mental reach out. What was that?
I'm so sorry that I'm so interesting.
Yeah, there's a mental reach out by Mr. Eddie Deckard, who chose to do something right, to push themselves to do something a little beyond their normal power set to try and reach, and ended up in their slow, methodical way spreading out to the entire group there, discovering memories that maybe those people themselves don't inherently think of all the time or aren't. But the goal, of course, there we go. There's Julia. The goal, of course, is to get themselves in a position, or the goal, of course, was to discover secret, meaningful, important memories to Nim that they may not know about. And unfortunately, it means that all of this group are going to have that experience through Eddie. Also, there was a brief moment at the end of it where Eddie's own experience might have been with a spouse and some kids, And unbeknownst to Eddie in the moment, but beknownst to the players, one of those kids, which was one of their Eddie's sons, they were confident in that, looks a lot like a young version of one of the player characters at this table. But
Crazy sauce.
let us
It'll be interesting to find out because I
roll.
know who my parents are, so I don't know what this.
Sure
is
you
gonna
do.
be.
All of you know who your parents are. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. All of you do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I can take you to their house.
You can, and you can call them mom and dad.
I do. I will. Okay.
But
We've met my parents.
Yeah.
They've been plots.
But now we're going to have, oh, I see that the two of the players are swapped. I will fix that in the thing, but I'm going to have you all roll a d6. And sorry, not all. I'm going to have Izzy, Nim, and Tery, when they're available to roll a d6 for me, please.
I'm just fixing my cam, but I'll roll.
Why don't I get to roll?
Because you already revealed a fair amount about your character, and so if we want to do more with your character, we can. But there was a lot of meaningful past for you in the last session, and so I want to.
Oh, I have more.
I know you do,
You
and
wanna-
so
do you wanna share more?
you're last in the rotation.
Okay.
But
I have more.
yeah, I know you do.
You're so ready.
You're like I've had a couple weeks off of
You
being
thought
sad.
that was it?
I've had time to dive into this character.
Don't
Like, shit.
stop till I'm
All right,
done.
Nim, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Izzy
5.
and
I
Tery.
also got a 5. A.
It was a 4.
Okay. Izzy or Nim, who wants to go first? Since you both rolled the same thing.
Go for it, Izzy.
I'll do it. Why the hell not?
Okay.
What am I going for?
Izzy.
So,
You're going for how
unbeknownst
sad are you?
to you,
Scale of 1 to 10. How sad are you?
Eddie is experiencing a memory, several memories simultaneously. One of them is one of your memories. This is a memory in the vein, due to the nature of what they're trying to discover from Nim, is something that you, Izzy, would never tell anyone about. It doesn't have to be shameful. It can actually be quite sweet. There's nothing that needs to be like lurid or villainous about this memory. But the big key to it is this is something that Izzy wouldn't relay to anyone, even as open and affable and friendly as Izzy is. It can be from your childhood, it can be from your adulthood. It can even be maybe not as much of a memory as like a daydream plotting out of how something might go.
He likes aquapool.
And oh, that's
This
the
whole
deepest reveal. Secretly, he loves it, but he doesn't want to get sucked in to the lifestyle.
Is it? I got it.
So,
Tragic.
would you describe for us, and feel free to get super narrative with it, and Eddie, feel free to probe some questions on it, because it is being delivered to Eddie's mind. Your memory, please, Izzy.
Probe.
Like, picture, if you will, a younger Izzy and his father in the backyard. Izzy, while being the oldest of a lot of the clutch, if you will, like to help dad, dear old dad, with yard work and everything. And Izzy's dad, whose name I forgot, it's in my notes. I forgot my own dad. He's not important right now. But childhood memory. Warned me about staying away from a certain tree. I did not hear that, nor did I listen, if I even heard it. Turns out, there was a very, very... What kind of bug on? Ants.
What was
Like the space equivalent to fire ants.
Fire ants,
In
they're just
century.
in space now, too.
Yeah.
They're just everywhere. They're an
Uh-huh.
invasive species.
And without realizing it, they kind of swarmed all over Izzy.
Oh no. Poor Izzy.
Yep.
And bit all over his tail and other parts. And since then, Izzy doesn't have a big love for most insects per se, but especially ants.
Okay.
Good to know. Good to note down.
Got some ant trauma.
Future horror for Izzy.
I gotta
Excellent.
actually write it down so I don't forget it.
Yeah, but see, if you don't write it down there, Glitch, then we get one of the great gamers moments. If you've ever seen the movie The Gamers, when the party comes across the river that they have to cross, and they're all just sort of standing around for a minute, and then they turn to then they cut back to the table that everybody is sitting at, and the DM turns to this wizard and says, "Aren't you forgetting something? What are you talking about? Your crippling fear of water?" Cut back to in game, and the wizard just goes,
Such a classic moment.
"Great,
Ants-
great movie!
ants make
Great movie
Izzy-
if you've never watched The Gamers, it's a
Bugs make Izzy uncomfortable, considering it's weird that he's a lizard person, but ants make his scales crawl.
Eddie, to add to the scene a little bit, something that you see that Izzy doesn't remember, but you're seeing this scene almost less like a memory seen and experienced and more like a time that exists. The mind, whether this is the mind being much more aware of its surroundings or only being able to focus on certain things consciously, even though it can easily absorb the whole of something, and then you compartmentalize those things. You are seeing
it's almost like walking around a snapshot of that instance.
And so in this memory, Eddie, you see, Izzy is dealing with the consequences of not listening to his father. Off to the side, when it's immediately discovered from the noises he's making by his dad that this has happened, his dad goes to run out to Izzy to solve the problem, right? Get the fire ants off of him.
Right.
And it's his mother that stops his dad and says he needs to learn this way. I was the same way. And and Izzy's dad kind of struggles a little bit, like with wanting to go, but then also not wanting to disagree with his spouse, and also knowing, the child he has, and knowing that, he's a very hard-headed child, and everything. And then eventually shifting gears and becoming that. Now, you see, I told you not to go in the tree, and now the ants are on you. What did I say about that? So he still goes over and he still helps his son, but he verbally reinforces the kind of negative consequence of it as Izzy's fault as a medium. And for you, Eddie, give me a read check. Yeah, read check on Izzy's mom and dad in that kind of brief moment of parenting alignment.
That's a 6.
This isn't the first time or the fourth time that there seems to have been a need to intercede from Izzy's dad, or not so much helicopter parent to the extreme, but like run to the child, try to help them. This is a conversation these two have had a lot, because there were so many natural, instinctual, like physical body. I want to argue. Silent look. How this argument is gonna go. Kind of thing. And so that this is a dynamic, not a moment for Izzy's parents as they were growing up. And with what you kind of know about Izzy's parents now, it kind of tracks with the kind of what Izzy's dad has been doing for him.
Like with Izzy specifically, or just the kids in general?
Eddie wouldn't have the view of that. Eddie wouldn't have the view of that. But you know, you parent one kid one way. It's not uncommon to variate on that, loosen, become more relaxed, learn what is and is not a 5-alarm fire versus things. But the core of the parenting doesn't change. The core instincts of, you know, all my kids are gonna have to get part-time jobs doesn't change. It's just like, well, maybe one kid, you know, is in like 7 extracurriculars, so that's like a part-time job, as opposed to the first kid who only had one, and so it was like, well, this was the rule when we invented it the first time, and then over time we realized there's only so much time in a day. As long as they're dedicated, that was the real thing. And so like that's the kind of concept that Eddie would probably presume, because people don't change that much. They adjust, they accommodate, they evolve a little bit, but at their core, they're the same. So that's something you know about Izzy's parents that Izzy does not know about Izzy's parents. Izzy does not, at no point did those discussions happen in a way that a child would see.
Okay.
All right, now it's on to Nim. 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 Eddie is looking for something. This is something Eddie finds on the way to looking for that.
Okay.
There's
sorry. What's up, Will? Before I cut the scene.
So Eddie is. You'll have to forgive me. I've just started listening to Worlds Beyond Number, so I may get overly descriptive with my shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Go for it. Feel it out.
It's fine. It's good that you're listening to that, and it's the most important thing that you're doing in your life right now.
Oh God! I just finished the first episode, and I wept. Okay?
Yeah, it's fucking
Grandmother
incredible.
Grandmother Wren just no. Anyway, so as Eddie is kind of like looking at this, like everything is kind of like, it's not really frozen. It's almost working like a GIF. Of like it's like it, because it is one of Izzy's memories, it's sort of reliving it forwards and backwards, and it's only like a few seconds worth, because that's what you remember, right? Like when you remember like a little bit of the context around the thing that happened, and it's like, so, and as it's sort of like fluctuating like this, it's on like, what kind of neighborhood did Izzy grow up in? Like middle class suburban kind of thing.
Very lower middle class or upper lower class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's a more urban than suburban, but still not like full blown like high rises or brownstones or anything like that. What we call in New England a triple decker. And it's sort of watching Izzy's father like reach out, like go from like concern back to reserved, and as like, and on the other side of the street we can see Izzy like trying to like desperately trying to like brush the ants off, but they're just there's too many of them. And so Eddie's kind of watching this and sort of taking it all in, and he keeps walking down the street, and the street kind of like fades and shifts in this sort of like gray mist almost until it coalesces into Nim's memory.
Okay.
That's fun.
Love that.
I like that.
It's like you're walking down a block.
Yeah.
Labor.
All right,
Literally
Nim.
going down memory lane.
So very good. So
quite literally. Quite literally.
Nim, again, this isn't the memory that is. I will reveal the stuff for the gray industry stuff.
I figured.
This is a different memory. Doesn't have to be related to any of it. That Nim would not normally verbalize to people.
I think in the snippet of memory that Eddie would see, it's sort of a memory of her in front of like an at-home mic set at like her old apartment. Like the screen is lighting up her face, and you kind of hear her like mechanically recording short bursts of script and like a very vowel-centered language. And it looks like she's doing like some kind of sort of dubbing, maybe for like, I don't know, like a pirated film or something, but she's doing some sort of dubbing work in that way. Kind of bursts of a chipper voice followed by like absolute silence until she kind of takes her headset off and kind of leans back in her seat. Kind of looks like her large bookshelf. It's like heavily laden with like dictionaries and thesauruses, curriculum, textbooks, stories in different languages. And she kind of has like a little device and she's kind of scrolling on them. She kind of goes to like a message chat with a name listed as Pax. It looks like that text, that message chat had gone dry long ago, like maybe a year or so ago. She kind of like hovers over it like she's going to type to this person. Pulls back, scrolls, finds her older sister, kind of goes like, oh, maybe I'll text. No, not going to go to Lexi. Kind of turns the device off and then just decides to grab one of the books instead. It would have very much a feeling of loneliness in a way. Just very, very showing a loneliness of kind of the feeling of like from Nim of it would be like, oh, this was the feeling of like big dreams that got crushed by reality, and that deep sense of kind of loneliness around that concept and everything. So definitely not something that you would necessarily want to talk about, but definitely something that you see.
Sure.
Eddie, I'm going to have you roll a survey check.
It's a 5.
Eddie, out the window of where Nim lives in this small apartment, whether it's a studio or a one bedroom, it's small. It's nice. It's clean. It's well managed, but it's out the window of this. You see the busy streets of Vela Station. You see, hover pods going by and everything. This is a perfectly acceptable neighborhood for someone employed full time to live in that is single. And if you'll allow me to take a little bit of liberty with Nim's kitchen.
Go for it.
This is the kind of place where if you're in the main living space, you can see the kitchen and the living room and everything. Classic apartment structure. And you see the cupboards, and the cupboards are the kind with doors, but then glass. And I would say that Nim would definitely have exactly 4 plates, 4 smaller plates, 4 bowls, 4 glasses that are taller, 4 glasses that are shorter. And in that you can see that there is 1 bowl and 1 taller glass that are by the sink. And the other ones look like they've not been, the other 3 look like they've not been touched. There's not been a guest in this place filled with people. What's Eddie's? What is Eddie interested in this? Is there anything Eddie wants to look beyond this?
Eddie's going to poke his head out the window and try to get a grasp of where exactly on Velis this is.
This used to be a neighborhood that Eddie used to go to. Not as an adult, but when you were younger, like middle school.
Okay, sure.
And it used to be cool. It used to have a lot of places that were independently owned. It used to have a lot of really nice, like, old housing. Some of it was, like, a little rough. Others were really nice. It was a nice mix. It was a neighborhood of Velis that lots of different people lived. And recently, and maybe you haven't even been back here, in the last several years. Recently, it's been overtaken by upgraded, efficient, modular housing, most effectively delivered to single people with tech jobs. And all there's like a chain
corporate housing.
yeah there's like a chain, or there's a chain restaurant or cafe or store on every block. There is almost no sign of what you remember. You used to remember a skate park specifically that you might not be able to see from this window, but you're never more sure that it's gone. And you look around and realize all of these, based off the window distribution, all of these are studios or one bedrooms. There's not a single multifamily home in any of the buildings that are like right nearby this. And so, like the modern concept of corporate housing. Is this me attacking Amazon for what it did to my Capitol Hill neighborhood in Seattle? Yes, it fucking directly is that. It is directly that.
Have a little fun.
Believe me, I
know you're aware too.
I work in Boston Seaport. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. Is this me attacking a corporate, sort of the modern concept of corporate housing? Yeah. So that's what you see. And you get but there are still tons of people. They're just, they're all alone. Everyone's alone. Everybody's on their device, commuting to things. There's not that many people. There are people walking and everything, but they're not talking. Nobody's lingering. Everybody's going into the restaurants, but then they're taking their food to go, or they're delivery service drivers. Like, there's just everywhere that you hang out has more sense of community than this, and it's way more dangerous.
You say, Abby, you say New York. It's way more than New York.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's just the only one that I've been to where I'm like, oh, fucking nobody's here. Everybody's here, but nobody's with each other.
Huge city, massive population. Everyone's alone. You got to really fight to carve your community out.
The heartlessness of big cities.
Is there anything else before we move on to Tery's secret hidden memory?
No, that's depressing enough. Thanks.
His life is so sad. They seem so normal, and their life is so sad in front.
But now Nim has us, and it's better.
While he's sort of poking his head out,
apart, but is it for the better?
As he sort of, you know what it is. As Eddie sort of pokes his head out the window and looks around at the neighborhood and how it used to be, right? He sort of like crawls through the window and starts going down the fire escape. And as he's climbing down those stairs, these apartment buildings that used to be like made of this is a space station.
Brick. You can say brick. You can say brick.
Okay.
Yeah.
That used to be made of brick or concrete or like something like stone based, and now they're all just like, it's almost coming down in blocks, in like or not
shipping
even blocks,
containers.
it's coming down in hexes.
Yeah.
It's coming down in hexagons, sort of like coming down as he's going down the stairs. They're sort of overlaying over every panel of brick or concrete or adobo that adobe, excuse me. Adobo is the sauce, adobe is the material.
I was going to say
delicious sauce on the side of the apartments.
Yes. But like it's these little of like plastic and like aluminum siding kind of like panel as he's walking down, and it sort of follows him down, and by the time he gets down to the street, it's all just faceless, soulless gray panels in sterile boxes.
And now, as you walk away from this series of of hexagon aluminum sided panels that are supposed to be interesting but never look interesting and always look like not home, as so much modern housing does, you make your way into the next section of memory lane. Tery,
Tery, bye.
This is a memory that Tery would never bring up. Conveniently for Tery, there's probably a shit ton of those. This could be.
I have two. I don't know if I should do the lighter or the not as light.
You know what? Give us the not as light one first, and then feel free to add in the light one. It's perfectly fine.
If I may, if I'm walking into Terry's memories as I cross the street, because everyone else has been like a single house, right? As I cross the street away from these sort of corporate buildings, there's a library.
Yeah,
like
that feels right.
An old-fashioned like stone library with like full like pillars out in the front and like giant stone steps, like Rocky, like the steps that Rocky would run up in Philadelphia, kind of thing. Those kind of stairs, like even like a couple of lions guarding the front door, and it even just says on it, it says Tery Byte on it, and the font is very like Roman.
Yeah. So
nice.
The transition here will be as you pass, because you know that instead of passing by this, you're supposed to go in it instinctually, and so you open those doors. And that's like
walking through these memories is like dream logic.
Yeah.
It's like I go there because I know I'm supposed to.
Yeah. And so you go through these doors, and that transitions to whatever first scene you want to go with, Tery.
I think the first scene I'm gonna do is Tery is looking. It's sitting on a chair in front of his computer. And he looks way older than he looks now, but more human, way more human.
Oh.
And he's sitting on the chair and he's just like scrolling online, and then he got a notification. He has one viewer, finally on his stream.
Oh, baby.
And then he's like, at first he thinks it's a bot or someone trolling him. And then he's like, no, it's okay. You don't need to stay here. And then the person's like, doesn't say anything. And then he's like, oh, yeah. False alarm. But then the person says, still here. And then he's like, okay, cool. So I'll talk to you. Yeah. And then he starts speaking for the first time on his stream. And the nickname on the person is Alexander.
Stop! You're in love. Get married.
I love it.
Get married as soon as possible.
And I think he's a teenager. I don't know. He's like.
We'll get into how it's Alexander all those years ago.
Go get married to Alexander right now. If you don't, I'll be mad.
Yeah.
I hear wedding bells and they're in force.
This is the lighter one.
It's Kilo just pushing them together with all of his arms.
With so many
Now
arms.
kiss.
Do it. Eddie.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you what you're interested in this scene, but separately from that, I need you to...
Roll to cry.
What would this be? Focus roll, please.
Focus.
Let's focus.
That's a big 2.
All right.
Wow. You're so good at focusing.
Outside of that, you see this first scene of an older looking. Would you say that Tery looks older, but does not look old? He just looks older than he looks now because he's so superficially made to look whatever age he looks.
Yeah, he's older than now, but he's not old in like features, but he's old already.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? But he already had some stuff done, but he didn't have that much money.
Yeah, it was earlier days, earlier technologies. And everything.
Other solutions, yeah.
So maybe maybe he looks like he's in his maybe his like late 30s, early 40s, but he's probably much older than that. It's just that he looks like he's in his late 30s, early 40s. It kind of has that whole Gen Z effect where they do their makeup real heavy and everything, and it looks like old people makeup to millennials, and so we're very confused. Is there anything Eddie wants to investigate or pursue in this scene, or walk around this space that Tery is in? And it's perfectly fine if not, because we got another Tery scene right on deck. So
no, there's nothing here that Eddie
weirdly sweet. It's a weirdly sweet moment. All right, Tery. Unbidden by a mind cluttered with dozens of lifetimes of memories, things shift. What do they shift to, Tery?
We go to a hospital room and a hospital bed with an old little gentleman in the bed, and Tery's beside him, and he looks the same as always, and he's chatting with the guy who is probably his friend or someone. And the guy is clearly dying and on his last minutes, and then he's like, you don't need to stay if you don't want to. And Tery's like, oh, I don't have a choice. And then he stays there, and slowly the machines start to like stop. And then he stays there, and he notices that even death is getting boring now.
Whoa.
As your GM, I have something to ask you about this memory, Julia. Do you have a definition for who exactly this person is in the bed? Or is it just someone?
No. It's someone. Yeah, I didn't.
That's the poetry of it, actually. It's just someone.
It's just someone.
It's just somebody.
Okay.
It's another one. He's gonna. Yeah,
that's very good.
Another long dead friend.
It's so I'm gonna say, because this is Tery's memory. So this goes from Eddie walks in. As he walks into the library, there's, like when you're in a library, there's like the rows of desks with like lamps on them. That image of like, it's like the New York Library, I think, that has those like green hooded lamps. There's a bunch of those except instead of the lamps, it's computer monitors. And there's a bunch of those of Tery streaming. And one of the first ones is that first viewer. So, and Eddie walks by like row upon row of that until he finds this stairwell that goes down. And he goes down the stairs, and it just sort of opens up into this hospital room. And you don't even hear the voice of the person saying, you don't have to be here for this. And you don't see the face either. It's like, it's blurry and indistinct. And it's like someone tried to take a picture of someone with Vaseline smeared over the camera. And you don't hear the voice, but you see the words that they said just sort of come up as text, like it's subtitles.
That's cool.
Good shit.
And Eddie is going to try to like look around and try to get any more details about who this person was.
All right, give me you could do a survey or a focus check for that.
Well, they're both the same. So let's do survey. Why not?
Survey.
That's a 6.
Hey. Ready, snazzy.
And with a 6, that's a great success.
Great success.
Yeah, I think so. Eddie, you kind of look around this room for signs of who this person was. This person doesn't have a lot of their personal effects. It's obvious they've been in the hospital for a while. But they do have a lot of gifts that have come to them. The hospital style gifts.
Yeah.
Plushies, flowers.
Flowers, plushies, yeah.
And you notice that those have cards on them. And most of them, the cards are folded. And so they say, you know, we'll miss you. We love you on the thing. And then the message and everything would be written on the inside. But one of them is just more like a single faced card. And you can't really make out the words because Tery never caught the words.
Right.
But you do make out the name because Terry's brain understands that the thing at the top that is addressed to it, is going to be who it is. And so that brain automatically just knows that. So whether that's actually exactly how it's written or just because Terry's mind knows the name on there. And then projects that into that space. Dear Grandpa. No, dear Great Grandpa. I need the timeline to be right for this. Dear Great Grandpa. And then at the very bottom of it, you see the sign off of the name. You can tell that it's written by a child. But, and you can tell that there were probably tear stains on this. And it just says, your little Phil on it. And that's what you get with a 6.
Your little Phil?
Your little Phil. Spelled Phil. It's got like a little star where the I dot would be.
Like philandry.
Certainly the thought might cross your mind that it might be like philandry. There's probably more than one person named Phil.
I'm sure.
But it's not a super common name in the year, whatever year this is in the deep, deep future.
In the year something or other.
All right. So as Eddie is reading this card, and he sort of sees the tear stains on it, there's water starts dripping from beyond where Eddie can see. And it looks like it's coming from the ceiling. And as it hits the card right where the tear stain is, and it sort of makes the card dissipate a little bit, like a raindrop hitting fresh paint. And a few more of these drop happen, and they continue to dissipate into whatever the next memory is.
Kilo.
Nice. Kilo Jones. Jones man.
I'm gonna cue you up. You've already heard the prompt, and you already know what it is. So, what memory does Eddie come into?
What it is, what it do.
I think. Go ahead, Will.
One last detail: as this is happening, Eddie is starting to. This is starting to take its toll on Eddie a little bit. It's not causing pain, but each successive memory has gotten louder, and there's so much happening that he's trying to keep everything clear, trying to keep everything like.
Why would you tell me this before I got
right now?
Because it makes it better. It makes it so much better.
Oh, baby. Okay.
We've had this discussion. This is the reason Eddie smokes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kilo whispers the whole
So,
memory.
You
It was
find
like ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah. You find that the next memory arrives quickly because Kilo had already opened the door a crack, and it doesn't take much more effort to step through. He told you that the chorus's message saved his life. But the thing he conveniently leaves out when he tells you this is all of the desperation in between. I like to think, Steve, if I may, at the time that this happens for Kilo, I think the stigma around the chorus isn't quite so elevated as it is now.
Yep.
That there's even a kinder title. Some people call it the voice of the station. That somewhere it talks to you from somewhere in these walls. And you find Kilo in the midst of constructing something in his room with wood and hammers and nails. And it's almost like it's happening in a time lapse because this is a manic period in Kilo's life where it is flashing forward to him having built the altar that was mentioned many games ago, sitting in his closet, hidden from the world. And you see glimpses of Kilo praying fervently, trying everything, trying to yell, trying to whisper, trying to talk to himself. You see claws digging into folded hands. You see a crying, weeping man. You see him not taking care of himself.
Broken as hell.
Molting in certain phases. You see him tearing apart his apartment. You see broken furniture. You see desperation embodied. And the memory, it's almost like all of this is happening very quickly in chapters, but they're all hitting one right after the other. And it ends with him once again just kneeling in a closet on his hands and knees, just waiting for someone to pick up the phone again. And that's where it ends.
So good.
So
Flavor.
as those water drops the water drops sort of like start to dissipate the things, and it very quickly becomes a deluge. Like and Eddie can sort of feel himself, like it feels like he's underwater, and like it sort of gives way to the point where he's sort of like slogging through like waist high liquid of some kind. And as he's starting to like get back up, he's walking past each of these like scenes of Kilo like building the altar, crying in front of it, just sort of like ignoring ignoring loved ones, and like everything that sort of led to like all of these scenes of desperation that Kilo experienced. And as he's doing this and sort of seeing everything that Kilo went through here, it's getting to the point where like all of the noise is starting to get to be too much for Eddie. Like he hears Kilo crying. He hears hammer and nails building the altar. He hears he can hear like even like the clicking ant footsteps that covered Izzy. He hears the the heartbeat monitor attached to Tery's friend, and like on top of all this is layered on top of that sort of like cacophonous white noise of silence that was Nim's existence in that sort of like hyper corporate housing area. And the water that Eddie is sort of like rushing through, and like he's sitting here just going like, shut up, no, none of this is right. No, there's got to be something else. Come on, like there's got to be something else. And he like sort of raises his head up and he sees what?
First, before we should say what Eddie sees, what he's actually come to do. Kelly, would you clarify that when Kilo is reaching out, like screaming or mentally or praying or what have you, is he trying to call back to the voice? Or hear the voice again?
The voice spoke to him once, and he just wants to know more. He is trying to get them to answer him, and the voice will not answer.
I thought so. Eddie, you are overwhelmed as all of these things pile on. You are absolutely under an avalanche of mental static noise and psychic wavelength. And so I'm not going to let you roll for this. You're not going to know that this happened. What you do experience is as you desperately try to focus, your mind reaches out and opens up in a way, narrows tightly to find the resolution, and then opens up in a way that it hasn't, maybe since you first started coming upon this. This did not exist when you were a little kid. This is something that came on pubescently. Why some people thought it might be a mental illness, schizophrenic, and everything at first. And you hear the sound of the most powerful, like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million voices, all singing in beautiful, haunting harmony as a thing that you've only been able to hear the edges of and have desperately tried to avoid hearing, barrels into your mind for an 8 count. You don't get the whole song. You're not even sure if you got a clean verse, bridge, chorus, whatever, interlude. You got a piece of something that should break you, but instead washes away the noise and clears itself out so that you can focus on why you were here. You remember all of these things, and you do not remember them with the complications of each other. You remember them as they individually were presented to you. That will be something that occurs to you when you are awake and not doing this and in your own mind again. I need you to roll me a check, Eddie, and this one is gonna be, it's got to be remember, so it's got to be focus. It could also be sense.
Okay.
So yeah, actually, arguably, it should be sense. Sense.
Okay. You know what, I'm gonna, just to hedge my bets on. I'm rolling 2 dice, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my last intuition drive on this.
What you need is a 6, so this is a good thing to roll on. Though the result will not be like a fun one.
That is a 6.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Eddie,
You're serious?
Yeah.
when this comes
I
up,
rolled a 1, a 2, and a 6.
perfect.
Oh, good
We're
thing
going
you
to
used that
pretend that
drive.
was that
Damn.
focus drive die,
Good
regardless.
thing you used that drive.
That really helps. Jeez.
Eddie, you know 2 things for certain. You know that you will have clarity on all of these memories when you're back in your mind, and that your companions will have no idea what you've seen. The other thing that you know for certain in this moment of clarity, it's going to be something that compartmentalizes, but I'm going to speak it here. Because he was the last, because he was the noisiest, because you were fighting so hard to keep your focus. You and Kilo have something that you don't understand, but you know to be true. There is some sort of tie between you and Kilo. There is something bigger than genetics or science would allow that doesn't make any sense. You cannot compartmentalize it, but it is now something you can pursue. Somewhere there is more information. There simply must be on why Kilo feels different to your brain than everyone else. That's what you know, Eddie. Kilo, what you don't know, because it's tucked so deep in your senses, is every time you whispered in your mind, screamed with your voice, called out, or tried to, you were met with silence. You are not deeply connected to the kind of the psychic supernatural energies of this place. So you didn't understand that that was a muting. But in your subconscious, your brain knows that someone was preventing you, or rather, stepping in front of you every time you reached out. Eddie's stress and pain is the reason that Kilo, during this period, never once heard the chorus again. One time and never again. Neither of you know that's exactly what happened, but both of you underneath in your deepest portions know. And I want you as players to know, because I want you to be able to dance around it should it ever come up. It doesn't have to. But in this moment, this play, that's how it went.
When you say Eddie's stress, it's basically because of all of the, because he was stressing out over getting these signals. It was creating some kind of
extra signals.
Interference.
He was creating some kind of feedback that prevented Kilo.
Yeah, for player clarity, because this is happening now with everyone's memories. Even though Eddie only recently met Kilo as an adult.
Oh, it's having a retroactive effect.
It's the reason. This has always been what was going to happen. Eddie was always going to see these memories. Eddie was always going to, in this reality,
oh shit,
prevent Kilo, having never met him, did not know him at the time that Kilo's going through this. Eddie's going through whatever he's doing where they don't know each other yet, or maybe they met briefly, but it's acquaintances. Yeah. I can't remember if you guys were connected before, but you didn't know each other, and no one could have known.
What I just did is the reason.
Yeah,
Kilo
not the going into the memories. Not even a deliberate action from you, just what your brain did while it was trying to deal with that. And your experience with the choir is the thing, the catalytic spark that makes all of that happen. So what you see now that you have focus,
yes,
Now that I know that's a big bomb to drop, and it's very cruel to do to poor Kilo. And Eddie, arguably, because Kilo doesn't know. Eddie, you don't know that you know everything but the chorus, or you know everything about up through the chorus and the hearing of the sound. You don't know that these are memories. They're memories. You know that they're memories, Eddie. You have no reason consciously to ever suspect that this could do anything to reality. But now you have focus. You're back in Nim's mind. You know it's Nim's mind because it's calm. It's relaxed. You can hear the gentle chatter of a call center. You hear Nim.
There's a bit of whiplash.
Yeah.
Just
something
that
so
moment
deep
of like
and
just
suddenly
like,
just
raging cacophony of sound, and then all of a sudden just very instantly just.
Thank you for calling. Talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for calling.
Click.
Yeah. Normal cubicle to office sounds. You are literally standing right beside Nim, watching them type, seeing their computer, and you can hear Nim's earpiece just as well as Nim can in this moment. Nim, I'm going to ask you for a little bit of impromptu workplace roleplay here.
Hell yeah.
Nim.
It's not like I haven't been doing that for 8 hours today anyways. Let's
45.
It's so convincing. She's at a computer right now.
40 seconds. 40 seconds go by from when you disconnected your last call. You should have been live notating the call and all of the things you need to do for taxonomy and close the ticket. And you get put back into ready because you were in after call work. That's how the system works. You hear the beeping tone of a call coming in. Is Nim the kind of person that answers it immediately? Or is Nim the kind of person that lets it go like 3 or 4 rings to get an extra 10, 15 seconds between conversation? Because you know if it goes to a certain number, it'll move on to the next rep in the queue. But then that gets marked, like that'll be considered a missed call from you, and too many of those is a bad thing.
I think she takes just a second to like set up the next next note taking of whatever needs to be or whatever. Sets that up real quick, like a 3 second little new document.
Yeah. Let it hit its second bing. Perfectly acceptable. I need Nim to roll a sense roll for me, please.
Sense roll.
Eddie, you suddenly hear just almost what sounds like a modem noise. No, not like a modem noise. You know the Amber Alert noise? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Through the earpiece. Nim, what did you get on your sense check?
I'm trying to Demiplane is
Again, you might have to log out of it and
log my page.
Yeah. It's struggling today. She's having a tough day, Demiplane is. She's having a tough day.
But listen, baby, we love you on your good days and your tough days, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
She just needed a moment to breathe. She was cooking. Yeah. I'm more than willing
Give
to be
her space.
patient with beloved Demiplane for just a minute or two.
Get her a nice blanket. Get her some hot cocoa.
She's always asking for space.
No.
Demiplane's
an independent person, Julia, and you need to respect. Trust me, 20 years from now, when you've been with Demiplane for 20 years, you'll be like, it was fine. We had tons of time together. You could have all the space.
Like, maybe you take your space.
You need to travel for work? Great.
Have fun.
Have fun. I'm gonna go do this personal project. That's a sense roll from now.
Okay. That is a 4.
A 4, kind of a perfect number for this. Not Eddie, you're writing Nim's sensibilities. Yours have been not reduced, but like more controlled. It's almost like you're doing a great job right now at being like, nope, I'm on this mission. And so you're writing Nim's sensibilities. So you know something's going on with that noise that's like beyond the audible, but you don't quite know what it is. You're just aware that it's like, well, that's something that would appear in my brain sometimes. I'd overhear that and immediately go to the pipe for being like, no. A voice comes in and just begins to read numbers and letters. 7, 1, 3, A, 6, 4, 1, W, P, 7, 2, 5. No one has to write this down. I'm not gonna.
7, 1, 3. I think there was a P, maybe an A.
There's a W in there somewhere.
3A64 1WP725. Yeah.
Was there a niner in there?
There was no niners. There was no zetas or kilos. Funnily enough, so you hear that. There's no break. You occasionally hear Nim say, that's interesting. Yes. It's not in the tone. I'm not going to because you're kind of in with her. Nim's not consciously making these noises. Nim is robotically responding with this.
Right.
And you hear it. Now, Eddie, I'm going to have you roll this has got to be a focus roll because it's got to be a remember. I'm going to have you roll focus roll to see if you remember this 128 sequence of numbers and letters.
That's a 3, so probably not.
No, you just remember that it is a long sequence that is more, and you stopped counting and tracking it at like 50 something, and it seems like it was over 100.
Sure.
After it's done, you hear another of those tones, and Nim starts notating an account that they had brought up naturally. If you look over Nim's shoulder, it looks like a normal account with a normal translation issue. They log it as a language that is a language that Eddie wouldn't be familiar with, but would know, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, people speak that, and that's not in the universal translator. Because a lot of those languages are kind of known in the concept of, it's like people know when someone's talking. There's a bunch of like regular, not common, not even uncommon, extremely rare languages that just don't work. And everything.
Not everyone translates the like click languages. Like, no one's translating that, but someone might know it.
And then you hear the next call come in. Instead of it waiting for the few seconds and noting it like they did, Nim instantly answers that call and relays the exact sequence back to that person and says 2 words. Full clearance. And then the beep at the end of that call brings them back into it. Beep at the end of that call, they log their notes, they come back, and then they hear another beep. They take a few seconds to answer it like normal, and you can feel that they're back in play. And in full control. No thought to that. No thoughts about it. It's almost like those 2 calls did not exist.
No noticing of time shift or anything.
You know what, Eddie? Give me a survey roll. No, Nim does not notice this. Give me a survey roll.
2.
Nim and Eddie don't notice this. But for the players' purposes, if they were to watch a separated, not connected to any sort of intranet or wireless network device, watch that was perfectly calibrated, maybe an analog watch, to 60 seconds, they would notice that for the next essentially 2 hours, every minute has 59 seconds. and all clocks everywhere on the station are modulated to that. The very few people that have analog clocks will just assume that they need to be wound, repaired, recalibrated, because of course analog clocks aren't measured by nuclear time.
Right.
Every other person is in the same exact time expectation they think, and everything in a future this deep is so deeply ingrained with some fashion of connectivity that everybody just accepts that it happened. It's like daylight savings time twice over a 2-hour period, 1 second at a time, or over a 2-day period, 1 second at a time, to adjust the time gap so that it's never noticed, it's never findable. And 2 calls that were deleted, 1 call came in at this time, and when you look back at the report, another call came in exactly after it. And all of that lines fucking right up with the math.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna let Eddie and Nim give me one last sense roll.
Oh Lord. Well, which one is my nicest dice? Which one's gonna be the kindest?
That's a 6.
Nice.
That is a 2.
Nim, you can't hear it, and you won't hear it. It's so very quiet for you, Nim, and your hearing is good. Your hearing is quite good. But it doesn't even come up in a completely quieted room. It doesn't come up when you're shifting between rest and sleep. It doesn't come up because your brain isn't set up to understand the noise that it's hearing. And so the first time you heard it was because a device on your ear was programmed in such a way that by accident it blared this so loud that even a brain unprepared for it would simply fucking hear it. But Eddie, with a 6, ever so quietly, you hear another 4 bars of the chorus song that you were listening to. Ever so quietly, maybe only like a piece of the choir, maybe only like a few voices of it, but you know it's the same thing that brought you into focus. And with a 6, you know that Nim can't hear it. You may not know all the details on why. You may not know exactly why Nim can and you can't, or you can and Nim can't, and everything. But you know that Nim could not possibly hear this. Only your brain would be able to hear this, or maybe a mind like yours. But with that, you come out and back to your brain. You know everything that I have just described that you should know. None of the rest of you have any idea what memories Eddie found. Eddie is carrying these all in his brain.
Eddie,
we're just watching his face crunch up more and more over this time period.
And so as Eddie hears that, those last 4 like bars of the song, like he's like sort of like straining to hear it a little bit. And as he does that ambient office noise just gets dialed, like that's steadily dialed up to 11.
Right.
As he comes like rocketing back to his own, like back to consciousness, back to senses. And as he does, he's just kind of like sitting there in this all took place over the course of seconds.
Yeah.
It's like if it took 5 seconds, that was too long. And like as Eddie, like, so what you all would see is like Eddie sort of stands there for a couple of seconds staring at Nim, basically. And then after just like about 5 seconds, just kind of like, fuck, god damn it. Shit.
You need to sit down?
Oh fuck. And as he sort of like brings his head up, his nose is bleeding.
Oh my gosh, sit down. Gotta sit down.
Continue. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Motherfuck. Oh god damn it.
You need water or
Eddie, let's have you sit down.
Water, fucking cigarette, fucking I just
I'll go grab you some water. This.
We're gonna just like kind of lead him to sit down, grab him water, everything just like. It's like I know you were doing brain things, but that's not. People don't usually have that reaction after looking at me for a little bit. That's really kind of scary. Are you okay?
It's kind of yeah.
Here for your nose.
Oh, thanks.
What's happening with his nose? Is it bleeding?
Yeah.
It's
He
bleeding.
came out of the memories and has like the most massive headache, bleeding nose and everything. Did you suffer an aneurysm? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I think so.
You were zoned out, and then suddenly you're like this.
You see anything weird? Did you? I had this one bad memory that I was on a stage and I was just like in my underwear, but the crowd was naked. And for some reason there was like Jello pudding around, and it was just very weird. You didn't see that, did you?
Well, we don't know. We only think Eddie was prying into Nim. We don't know it went beyond her.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
So you didn't see like Nim in her underwear or anything, did you?
No.
That'll be creepy. You gotta tell
I've seen these cartoons. I've seen these cartoons where like they see something and their nose starts bleeding. I was asking the question.
Oh, that's true.
If he did, I wouldn't want to know, Izzy. I don't want to know.
Well, you got nice drumsticks.
Eddie,
whoa,
here's some milk.
Hey, Kilo does not like that. He kind of knock it off. Sit down.
Question mark?
Sit down.
What's a little casual sexual harassment amongst friends? Fuck.
No, Izzy's just little brothering the fuck out of him right now.
You don't just talk about a woman's drumsticks, all right?
Can we all just stop talking about my drumsticks? Eddie, are you okay?
What happened? I was gone for a minute. We had so many heavy scenes, and now we're talking about Nim's
drumsticks.
Yeah. Izzy said Nim had nice drumsticks.
I mean, that's
no. First, I asked if Eddie saw Nim in like some position or anything. Why his nose was bleeding? Because I watched a couple of these cartoons I used to watch all the time where they would see something in their nose.
Of course, no, that's
so awful.
Fucking great. Okay, continue.
So awful.
So yeah, Eddie's been led over to a couch to sit down and probably lay down.
Some fucking water. Lie down, yes.
Get some water and just kind of like. There's a series of numbers.
Hey! Don't play with that.
Numbers?
Yeah.
Like lotto numbers? I don't play the lottery.
No. Like this was at your office. I saw your office. There's this call comes in. There's this like alarm sound that you heard, and it gave a series of numbers and a couple of letters, and then.
Like, so it was a missed call? Like a bad call that you just go, oh, I'm sorry.
No, well, you were playing along. You were doing the whole like, yep, yep, of course, yeah, no, sure. And then it said full clearance, and then you took the next call.
I don't have clearance for anything. I don't know what that would have been. I was like low level grunt.
I don't know.
Wait, Nim said full clearance, or
no, the voice on the phone
the other
said
way
full
around. All right. Interesting.
Here, Eddie, some milk. It's gonna help.
And here's some water, just to give you options.
Mix them.
Thanks.
Water down that
I
milk.
got protein
Isn't
powder
this
if
for
you need
bones,
it.
not for
It's
brains?
skim milk.
Crazy.
Now it's skim milk.
Yeah, it's.
You
There are
of
two
course.
things I
Milk
hate.
helps.
There are two things I hate: liars and skim milk, which is milk which is water that's lying about being milk.
Exactly. Ron Swanson, forever.
It's true.
Ron Swanson forever.
It's accurate. I also hate skim milk.
Yeah, skim milk is the worst.
Skim
Like,
milk
just don't drink milk
is
then. Just don't drink
no
milk.
good.
You've taken the milk portion out of the milk. Now it's just white water that tastes weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blurry water.
Anyway,
Water
so
that
you're laying down, you're drinking water, you're
Milk
drinking milk.
LaCroix.
Series of numbers, Nim.
Nim, does it mean anything to you? The numbers or
I mean, I've helped like business transactions with big numbers, people trying to figure out how to read bank account like information, stuff like that, but I don't
mean,
know anything about numbers.
with the general
trans. What language
with
was
the
it in?
general databases you've done, do you think I don't know if you could look it up, or maybe it's a file, maybe it's
It was in basic. I could understand what the words were. I mean,
Okay.
I can count to 10 in Spanish, but this was not Spanish.
I don't know. Did you see the account number? Or who
No.
it was?
No.
I don't
I get-
recall anything about that, but I answered hundreds of calls a day.
I guess
One
it would be
weird
too
string
risky.
of numbers probably wouldn't have meant anything. Why would
I guess it'd
leave
be too
alone?
risky to look at talk to me's. We probably shouldn't look into anything of theirs right now. That'd be a bad
Well, they're
idea.
actively firing me right now, so I wouldn't be able to access my old computer.
We
I've
probably
never
shouldn't
been
talk to
fired before. It's not great. I don't like that, but since they're like evil and
They're
creepy, I
terrible
don't actually
people.
mind it too bad.
You remember they put something in your back or something or other? Or...
Oh no, I remember.
You're the
Trust me,
evil
I
in
don't
the
remember
board,
numbers.
kid.
I remember that
Yeah.
surgery. That
If I
was
had-
Yeah.
horrifying.
If I had to guess, it was almost like you were acting as though you were programmed. And like this was like some
Like
kind
a
of
trance?
command. Like this was some kind of command code. Like sleeper agent shit.
Ma'am, if you're a sleeper agent, you're legally obligated to tell me. All right.
No.
You gotta
The
tell
only
me.
time I've
Good
ever
joke.
been an agent has been now. This is the only
You gotta
agent I've
tell
ever
me.
done.
Nim,
I'm telling you. No.
you gotta
What
tell
if we're
me,
all
baby
sleeper
bird.
agents? What if we're all sleeper agents one code word away from like
Do these
Becoming
numbers mean
robot.
anything to us in our lives? Do these numbers mean anything to any of you?
I don't remember what the numbers were, so I couldn't even
Oh,
tell
all
you.
right. Okay.
Yeah, you could rattle off a few numbers and you can give them the
There's
general
like-
idea that it was like numbers and letters and there was like over 100 of them.
641 WP 725.
Yeah, there's over 100 of them. It's like 90172
90210.
800.
856 8675309
8675 309. Yeah.
How dare you.
420
281-330-8004. Like
420 Blaze It. Pretty sure was in
Yeah.
there as well.
There was
Yeah.
a 6 or a 7. It's
Yeah.
I hate everything.
No, don't bring that here.
No,
No.
no.
Julia,
Wow.
no.
Cross the
that's where
line.
We've crossed the line. We were having a
gonna
good
get too
time,
evil.
and
We
then
were
we
having a
weren't.
good time. And
I
then
gotta
That's
some
gonna
go.
get
fucking
too
Gen Alpha
Sorry,
slangs. Oh,
Julia,
no,
no!
Julia! No!
No.
Some Gen Alpha hit the internet or hit the stream and we were out.
I'm over here
Yeah.
trying. I'm over here trying to method act by like leaning back and just taking sips of the nothing that's in this bottle to be like, oh yeah, sipping on water. But no, I will break character for a 6-7 joke. It's
It feels right. It
Well,
feels correct.
Right
Feels
now,
true.
we
Oh my
got
God, it
a
feels-
sequence of numbers.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything to us. And we can't really look them up in Talk to Me systems because they would probably trace that back here.
Trying to remember Milo's voice. Was it like
Is
one of
there
these?
like a
Was it one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of these.
Nim? Did you experience like a? Would you say your memory is hazy in spots? I'm just trying to figure out if this is something that's maybe happened to you before, not just the one time, but more often than that.
Yeah, like not a sleeper agent, but like a napper agent.
I'm not a napper agent. I'm not a sleeper agent.
Nim, if you want to roll about it, you can roll. You can try to
I'll roll about
inspect whether or not, because it's probably not. Nobody thinks
If
about
it's a
it.
pattern.
Nobody thinks about it until they're told to think about it, and then they're like, "Do I?"
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's and also not for nothing. Hey, Steve, what's that thing you forgot?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. that thing from multiple years ago, possibly.
Yeah, I
that
think-
was like literally 2 minutes of time.
Tell
That
me-
one thing.
Tell
That'll
me all
hit you
about
back
that thing
in
you forgot about.
2 o'clock in the morning randomly
I don't know. I forgot about it.
on a Tuesday.
Actually, for me, that does occasionally happen because I
Does it
take
focus?
the Adderall, and then I'm like, "Fuck." Yeah, I would say, yeah, probably
Or, like, remember, would that
focus.
be focus?
Focus.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if
What
there's
would
like a history of gaps that are unspoken for Nim.
That is a 3 and a 1. So
All
the
right.
highest is a 3.
You do not recall any kind of lost time. I think you try to think of it in the concept of, have I ever had periods, like, have I ever had the feeling like, oh, I thought it was earlier than it was, right? Like, and is that a
Yeah.
feeling I get
And then
normally?
like time has passed.
Yeah, and that's a if that's a
Time
feeling
flies
you
when
get
you're
super
having fun.
regular, and
Time flies when you're hacked.
I think you think about it a lot, and you're like relatively confident that it's like surely
Okay.
multiple times you've had this feeling, but if you asked any person on the street, hey, has it ever been later or earlier than you thought it was? All of 100% and be like, yeah, that happens to everyone constantly, or not constantly, but like repeatedly in their life. It's a common occurrence, and so you with a 3, you definitely would dismiss it that way.
Right. Not any more than anybody else,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
All right.
Just
Sorry.
brains are slippery things, and they do what they do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to do with it, man. To be honest.
You might run into something.
All right.
Milo.
I think
Oh, go on, Will.
Of course it's Milo.
Milo,
there is a way for us to find out.
this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
We'd have to break into the Talk to Me offices, though.
Oh my god.
You want to break into talk to me?
Why?
So kill ourselves. Awesome.
So break
Break
bring the
in.
package to
Okay.
them, or
Break in. We can break in and get their files directly, or
Break
do
and
we know
free.
someone that? Because I mean,
Do
I
you
can-
know someone?
I can do I can do some computer stuff, but like that is hacking beyond my capability.
I
Yeah,
can
Mark.
I can
With the-
see if I have a friend of a friend
Own a friend?
of a friend. Maybe.
we have Mark.
No, we don't.
Oh, fuck Mark.
No, we don't.
Oh,
He's
do I
good at
have
this hacky stuff.
We don't have Mark.
He-
Mark's not a hacker.
He
When has
stopped
Mark
it.
ever
He stopped-
led you? When
he stopped my
has
parent.
Mark ever led you to believe that he's truly a hacker?
The way that he stopped my parents,
Didn't he
From
call
going on
them
that trip?
terrorists?
he might have went a little extreme, but he got the job
I
done.
don't know if that's hacking. I think it's just
The
lying.
job got done.
Easy, you gotta accept. We all want him dead. Okay, we all.
What do you mean we?
That
We
is
want him
extreme.
gone. We
That's
want him
don't
gone.
want him-
extreme.
Don't want him in my orbit ever.
Just me.
I picture this
Okay.
Mark like in the corner somewhere. Listen. All of that.
Mark
Okay.
or Milo leans over to Graham and is like, "Well, I'm glad Mark's around because I know I also irritate some of them, but as long as there's a Mark, I'm not the bottom rung. So I just kind of fly under the radar.
Always be
Yeah,
lower on the rung.
Steve, I have a
That's
question.
yeah."
On Demiplane, I was like messing up with my abilities. I don't know how many we can have,
Yeah.
but there was one that was like, I know a guy. One of the
Yeah,
abilities.
a very classic PBTA style ability.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. And I think that's great for Tery because he always knows someone. So can I use this ability to see if I know anyone from Nim's company that I forgot the name?
Yes.
Talk to me.
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 Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would also think Eddie would be have hackers somewhere in his
So
vicinity.
the problem is that Eddie's criminal connections are a lot more on the ground, old school. They're gonna run racketeering. They're gonna beat you up. They're
Here's the
gonna
thing, though.
capture you.
That's why I feel like if
Steve-
Eddie's people know
To-
something, it's one of those. You owe me
to-
now.
To
They
paraphrase
wanted
one
me
of
to
the
go in for an exit interview, but I don't
I
know
want
about that.
I want
What?
you to know I will never act on this information in game because I know I'm not necessarily privy to it. However, Eddie's bestie, I
Tommy?
forget their name.
Tommy.
Two shoes?
Two shoes.
I know.
Tacky-
No, not
Tacky Two
Tommy.
Shoes?
No, not Tommy. The one I forget their name.
Oh, her.
The one
yeah.
that was mysteriously reaching out to Eddie.
Yeah.
Kelly wants that to happen so desperately. I know I can't make it happen at the table because I don't have that information.
Yeah. Oh, you just want to get that NPC back into the mix. She's coming. Don't worry. She's coming.
Okay,
She's coming like a freight train.
Is Mark coming
Lord.
back?
Because I know she's good at this stuff. I know. I feel it in my bones.
Mark is coming back when I really want to upset Kelly. And a little bit, and then only slightly less, but still upset Julia.
I don't know. Julia said she wanted Mark dead.
Terry
I
said
That
I
was
think maybe
Tery.
we're-
That was not Julia. That was
okay.
Tery.
Well, Terry and Kilo are kind of on similar wavelengths, except like I think Terry might be a bit more bloodthirsty than Kilo over this.
Yeah.
Tery hates
So
no
I'm
one
gonna
except
say,
Mark.
so your I know a guy ability is perfect for this scenario. However, I'm gonna leave this up. So we've had the conversation of maybe someone could hack in, but it's hard to know who. We have the conversation of maybe there's someone that works there that could help us. We've had or is connected in a way that could help us. We've had the conversation of breaking in. Are there any other thoughts on how one might ascertain with a kind of general relative idea of this number letter sequence and like what went on with Nim, how anyone would get this information or maybe pull this information out of Talk to Me, because I am going to have since Julia's using an ability, I know a guy is going to be useful, but it may not be enough of a success to like not make this incredibly reckless. And so it may be a foot in the door. So I like the other ideas, and I like the idea of you all kind of coming up and then sort of randomly finding out some things. So any other ideas?
Give directions.
I just know if we try to break in, it'll be like walking into a lion's den, especially with the cameras that they put behind Nim's eyes. I'm sure Nim is not the only one.
Graham's like, she's not. She's not.
Yeah,
we
I
know
know.
that they've done it with higher level employees before.
So like
They've done
literally
weird
if just one person sees us, everyone will know instantly. So we can't do that. please.
You're supposed to go in for an exit
Wait,
interview, but I
Kilo,
don't
has your
know.
friend done? Has your very
you're
statuesque
cute.
friend done any security there?
What was that glitch?
Like, has Kilo's friend did any security there?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good chance Champion Security has worked for Talk to Me. Certainly for Gray Industries at large. There's 0% chance they haven't worked for Gray Industries.
But then what do we even tell Garrett honestly? That we went into Nib's mind and there was a random array of numbers and letters that we can't remember, and we're trying to hack something, but we don't know what we're hacking.
Maybe it's leak speak.
Leet Speak made its comeback in this future and it's just been around as its own regional dialect of conversation.
I mean, we could
Sam likes to write these weird things, numbers and letters, and it might have something to do with that.
we don't have the numbers that Eddie heard, but maybe the best heading is they probably got a file on Nim and what she's been granted access to, or at least had been granted access to, and the kind of data you collected. That's got to exist somewhere.
There's got to be files somewhere.
Yeah.
What is that thing
mean,
we've eaten?
Izzy, I throw a bag of cosmic Cheetos at you. I don't know. We gotta focus.
Big fucking Cheeto.
The Cheetos float out of the bag. They're anti-gravitational. And they just
it just has like a little like space bubble. Oh,
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that changes about the marketing.
Yeah. Cosmic Cheetos look exactly like regular Cheetos, except they float into your mouth when you open the bag.
Or like they're hot Cheetos, but they're meteors.
Yeah, they're little. I mean, they're already kind of meteor shaped, but they're already kind of space rocky, and so I'm
just saying, like, we just haven't had a full meal. Maybe a nice meal and a little bit of relaxation might help a little bit. It's like rebooting the computer.
Computer.
He's bleeding for crying out loud. Can we like at least take a nap? 10 minutes?
He's bleeding.
A
Can we
sandwich?
at least a nap.
We
What?
at least take a nap. That's a great
That's the cure
sentence
for
right
bleeding.
I can. Grim's
Hey,
like,
it works on Fallout.
I can order some food for us if you guys want food. I can get some food for us if you want food.
Wait, does this place have a kitchen?
It does. You
my
specifically made
request,
sure
like,
it had a kitchen.
I am going to the kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen is in sight of everywhere else. It's an open office environment and it encourages collaboration. You all have like little like cubby corners, but the kitchen has no benefit to being in a little cub. So it's like on a corner, but it's just a big old kind of like L-shaped kitchen with an island, and it's very much like a restaurant that's diner-sized kitchen. It's a pretty big kitchen for like an office, but it's a huge kitchen for an office, but it's not actually that big of a restaurant kitchen.
Right.
But
Huge for a house. But like,
massive for a home. Massive for a home. Like a burger place
Making
would
food.
have it.
I do my best thinking. I do my best thinking in the kitchen anyway.
Yeah. So you're in the kitchen trying to suss this out. I know a guy is in there. Nim keeps mentioning that they're unwilling to utilize their exit interview as a trick trap for this. Eddie, I'd love for you to give me a focus roll, please.
Focus, eh? Oh, no, just one.
This is about the memories of the memories that you just went through. Very Eddie rolling heavy episode.
That's a 2.
All right, never mind. It's not. It's
Can we
in the bottom third.
stay? Can we say, since this is like, is there any way we could give him advantage? Since we're all hashing this out as a group, like we're literally doing it as a community activity, trying to figure this out
The
together.
community activity now, this was specific to Eddie. The community activity now is I want a group check. You all can pick whatever stat you want to roll that you can justify in this. So the idea is like I'm trying to help figure this out by X, and that would be this roll. And so
Okay.
like, you know, it's gonna be, you know, nothing's off the table. If you figure out a way that you feel is a convincing way to explain how you use strike to benefit this thought, then, you know, that's what you can do. But you can pitch me whatever. Any of you can roll a skill.
So the goal of this right now.
specialties? Oh, you go for it.
Or use a
No,
special
go
move
ahead.
if you want to use a special move. Using a special move
I
is
was
an
gonna
automatic success.
I was going to say I could use verbose, one of my professor skills. When you make a speech or hold a conversation to assist an ally, the die you give them is gilded.
Ooh, I
So
like
as they're
that.
talking through this, trying to figure it out to help. create
Okay, that
this
won't give you an
giving a
automatic
gilded
success,
die.
but it will benefit all of you with a gilded die.
Exactly.
Nice.
Talking it out.
I'm going to break what a gilded die is because you're going to have all the things that a gilded die would give you back soon
Gilded for a
anyway.
while.
I'm gonna use my field experience then. If this is the case.
Field
You traveled the
experience.
world, have been in many dangerous positions before. Once per assignment, describe to a group how a previous adventure is similar to your current situation and refresh one nerve to everyone in your circle. So,
Ooh.
would that help? Because
Then you can all get a nerve to add into whatever you're rolling for this, and feel free to use them. They're gonna refresh here between this session and our next session anyway. So
like all I'm saying is, well, I'm still talking for the kitchen. This is like any other group sport. You got to figure out how to get to your opponent. So sometimes you got to go do a pencil maneuver and just barrel straight
All
through.
right.
Other times you got to go around.
so now for anyone that rolls whatever skill you choose to roll, you get an extra die in because of that. And then what Nim has done with their special move is originally this was very much a valuable information, like most valuable information at a 6, pretty valuable information or some ideas at a 4 and a 5. Now it's most valuable information at a 5 or a 6, still valuable information at a 3 or a 4. And it's the mean average or median average of the group. So like essentially you're all going to roll, I'm going to divide it by 5 and we're just going to figure out what the average is. What is?
I got a 5.
What are you rolling your 5 in?
I'm using survey.
All right. You
Survey.
search track spot.
My argument for that is just we are trying to figure out the best avenue to get what we want, but we're not quite sure what we want. So like visualizing, he has like in his mind palace, there's like a red string board in front of him, and he's like following every path he can until he meets an impasse, and then he goes back and then he retraces those steps. And so it's just him kind of deducing what is the best avenue for us all to take.
Okay, 5's good.
For what we want.
All right. Anyone else want to pull a move before this roll here?
Should I do mine?
Yours is already happening. Yours is happening on the back end of this. Yours is going to be.
I don't have to roll.
You do have to roll. You do want to roll. You can pick whatever stat. This is about like kind of a group figuring it out thing. So like Kilo's mind palacing a conspiracy board, right? Izzy and Nim have both used moves to benefit the rolls, but they still need to roll a die of some kind to be like, I'm contributing. This can be as simple as just like a focus roll or a read roll. But if you come up with something where you're just like, oh, this is a pretty extreme example, but it's like, Terry's like, I've played a lot of video games over the time. I'm really good at steering drones. I'm gonna, whatever we do, I can do forward programming with a drone and scout out. So I'm gonna roll control to make sure I still have all of those fucking skills from back when I was sponsored by some, thing. Like that's a
way
pretty
better
extreme
than
way.
what I thought. Yeah, that's way better. I was like,
None of my moves are relevant. They're all about being a strong boy.
I was I was about to
You're
say
such a
like,
strong
oh,
boy.
I remember
strong
I
boy.
was baking
But I
some
do find,
cupcakes and then I bring them here and it makes everyone more motivated.
Don't make
Lax
me
with
want
cupcakes.
cupcakes at
Hold on.
47 at night.
Would this be so that you can roll what? Sway?
Yeah, sways. I'm gonna make people more motivated.
You know what? You know
my
what?
friends with
I'm gonna say it works.
Ah.
So
It'll
roll your
motivate Izzy
sway.
for sure.
Yeah, roll your sway
Definitely.
because it
Izzy's cooking
definitely
already.
benefits Izzy. Well, it allows Izzy to casually eat while they cook, which is the dream.
You have sated
yeah.
his hunger, and now he
y-
can focus.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making it things for the entire group.
Yeah,
So.
so it allows Izzy. Eddie needs it. Eddie needs blood sugar right
He
now.
needs food.
Kilo mindlessly snacks on it while in the Mind Palace because a food is handed and one of the hands just reaches out and starts
My
putting it.
just imagine this-
non-dominant arms
Yeah,
are
and
taking
it
care
is
of the
right.
food.
it
As
is
my
gonna
upper hands are
be-
like,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So what is
No,
your
I'm just mumbling.
what's your individual
Just talking about
sway
somebody
number? Then roll sway. Roll it with an extra die because of Izzy's ability that they used. So
And it's
whatever you
gonna
normally
be-
have, add one more into it as well.
Okay. Oh, great. It's gonna be a dolce de leche cupcake.
Dolce.
I mean,
Or-
it's delicious.
Of course,
making me
of
hungry.
course, it'd be
So much fucking milk.
Dolce de
God.
leche. Ooh.
Every
5.
day is just
5.
inundated
Ooh,
by
5
milk.
is the number of the evening.
So that's 2 5s.
Pretty good.
Eddie, what are
Yeah.
you? Obviously, you're a little bit out of it and everything like that, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to penalize you for that. What do you think Eddie would be trying to do here to contribute to this in the thing?
Where's Eddie wiped? Because that's valid too. To be honest.
If you want to say
Eddie
roleplay
wipes.
wise, Eddie is wipe, I will not make you roll, and I will not penalize the group for someone not rolling. It will just be out of 4 instead of 5.
Because you've done the heavy lifting
Yeah, you
No,
roll a
of-
lot.
of the memory delve.
Are we losing Will? I think we might.
I think.
Yeah.
Starting to, yeah. It's getting
Yeah.
it's getting to be that hour.
We're almost at time. So yeah.
We're wrapping
it soon.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Sorry about that.
So do you
You
want
know
to
what?
play it
It's
that
in
Eddie's pretty
character
white?
I'm still mostly here.
Yeah. Do you
That
think
is
that
in
Eddie's
character.
a little too white
It's
to
in
contribute
character.
right now, which is 100%
Yeah.
fine? Okay, so Eddie's already contributed a lot this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nim
He's
and
lost
Izzy,
blood.
what are you rolling skill wise with this, with the benefit of the extra die and everything to try and best understand this? Again, you can pick any skill. I'd suggest using one that you have big numbers in if you can justify
Oh, yeah.
it.
Big numbers, big numbers.
I would have justified move, like navigate part, like because like Izzy's just breaking this. Izzy may be oversimplifying a lot of it, just like in a sports situation. Like, oh, we need to get to goalpost.
Izzy's-
So draw a big, like Kilo has a chalkboard. Kilo has like red string. I have like a John Madden chalkboard going on.
Izzy's also getting out of your mind and doing exactly what you said, getting into your body and letting your mind be like, my mind's going to do the thing. I need to focus on something else so that my mind can do the thing. And then I'll check in with my mind when it's done the thing, which is a very reasonable and accurate thing with how brains think. And why people tell you don't just work a problem constantly and hit a wall and just keep banging your head against the wall. Step away, readdress the problem. So that's
Right.
there.
Just
Come
the
at it from a different angle.
Move.
Which is
So
why I suggested
you have
a nap.
3 pips. You have 3 pips in move, so you'd be rolling 4 die with the extra bonus die.
Oh, I gave myself a
die.
bonus.
Yeah, and then Nim, what are you rolling?
I think gonna roll focus, basically like analyzing, okay, where are the pros and cons, where are the weaknesses in any plan that's offered up,
Yep.
kind of situation.
Okay.
I think makes sense.
Give me that roll.
Roll
We got 2
6.
5s and a 6.
Ooh,
You just throw it.
4. No, that's my fear sound. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a 4 and a 5. Highest is a 5.
5. Perfect. So
Ooh,
that is above
5.
a 5 on average. The lowest is
Yeah,
a
but
5,
that's
and
my
because of
cookie
what
dice.
Nim did, a 5 gets you maximum efficacy.
Hey,
Ooh.
Tery, you do know a guy. You know
I do know
the
Hell yeah.
you know the promotional sales representative of Talk to Me. More importantly,
Whoa.
you did him a
heavy
favor
hitter.
because he was such a big fan, and you cut him a break on the discount on having a sponsorship with you early on in the application's career. So that person was a regular ad buy sales rep and promotional partner sales rep. Now they're the regional sales rep for Talk to Me,
Ooh.
our director, which means they handle all partnerships at the kind of leadership level for their various team, because they did so well with partnering with Tery, Byte, and a couple other people. They were good at their job
Tery,
too,
Byte.
and keeping under budget. So you do know someone that owes you a favor. Kilo, you know someone that owes you a favor because while you're red stringing, you in your various things eating this dulce de leche cupcake, which eventually your brain will come back out of this red string and you'll be like, that was delicious.
Yeah.
Like you didn't realize it while you were eating it, but it was so good.
Did somebody make this?
Can
Can we order these?
I'm playing it that if it's a dairy-based good, Tery is unreasonably good at making them.
You know, that
those
feels
are
correct.
I have the
Tery
recipe on my channel.
Tery
You can
understands
see that.
dairy.
Yeah, Tery and Dairy.
They call him Dairy Terry sometimes.
Dairy.
Probably.
Nim.
I hope
They
not.
do. They
Gary
do.
Bite.
Dairy Byte.
Dairy
Dairy
bites.
Byte.
You did that. You did that for a
That's
promotional stint for a few months when you were getting sponsored.
Exactly.
Nim, while you're trying to poke holes in this plan,
And you would put on a cow onesie.
Oh, Lord. It's getting worse.
For your stream.
just a moment.
Every
You
day
okay?
we fall
Cows.
further from God.
What?
Love
Because of
me
a
a
cow
cow.
onesie?
But yeah, so Kilo, you know someone. That someone is
I
you.
like being silly.
Kilo,
Oh,
you
I do know me.
are
Kilo
a
Jones.
waste management professional. You have
Yeah.
gone and driven the vehicles to the Talk to Me facilities multiple
Yeah, I
times
have.
to
Yeah.
deliver away their waste. You've had to go
Yes.
into Talk to Me before to have
Yeah.
discussions with them about constantly violating what is allowed to go in the fucking bins, in the big
Yes.
giant industrial dump. They keep putting
That's
office
true.
supplies
They do
in
not
there
recycle.
and cubicle
They-
walls, and you're like, no, that's a different contract.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Get the shit out of
Yeah,
here.
and everything. So you know someone. It's you and your coworkers. Your waste management. Nobody looks at fucking waste management.
Oh yeah, we all have jobs.
That's not true, Steve. They just saw me in the street. They know all of our faces now.
They do
For
now.
sure.
But they don't know everyone in waste management's face. You do know someone else that still very much works at waste management and kind of
I'm
owes
not.
you a bit of a
Kitty
favor.
baby.
I
We
will
did kind of
not.
save her life.
Kitty baby.
She. No.
But I'm not finding the NPC's name right now. Nim, you had one coworker that you were tried your
Yes.
best
The
to
mole
always
lady.
be shift with, the mole lady. You are 100% confident because you made the choice to cover for her all the way back in episode 1 that she probably still works at Talk to Me, and she probably could give you some information about things going down there. And at the very least, you might be able to talk your way into getting some of her credentials, which might be useful in all of this.
Right.
Izzy, you've stepped away from thinking about all of this. You don't know a guy. There's just no guy, no direct connection to Talk to Me. But you know something that I have that is something that's almost like a simple question that no one would think to ask, but you genuinely don't know. Talk to Me is a subsidiary of Gray Industries. Gray Industries is a large megacorporation that owns several different companies and organizations. And I think, Izzy, you would think to ask Nim a simple question. Wait. You would ask what their offices look like. Thinking maybe you'll do some secret spy stuff or infiltrate it.
Right.
And so Izzy would ask Nim that.
So what do the offices look like exactly?
Nim, you've been thinking in terms of the macro, Gray Industries. Talk to Me is in a 3-story office park facility among several other buildings. It is not in Gray Industries HQ. It's not even in a high-rise building. It's in a fucking call center building. It doesn't weigh that much in the positioning of it. Right. So, yeah, Talk to Me's been chasing you, but only as part of the Gray Industries. But Talk to Me, the building, is not a fortress. It's an office building. And though they'll have security cams, and maybe you guys shouldn't show your faces, all of you understand, wait a second, we're not trying to break into Fort Knox. We're trying to break into the Wells Fargo down the street.
And remember, what do these corporations and offices like to give? Pizza parties. What do we have access to?
Oh my God, we're not.
It's time to bring that whole back.
And with the looming threat of Mark being involved in this plot, I will end this session. Quasi Quasars.
I won't do myself.
Kilo walks away from the group, becomes Batman.
I will end this session for the night with that excellent button of bringing it all back to Quasi Quasars. But I will give you all one more thing.
Ooh, we're getting it. Ooh, I love the
classic.
I love the after credit scenes. I love it.
We pan away what the characters don't see, the players don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Deep inside a beautiful fungal gladed woods in the center of Velas Station, in a small structure that is temporary. It's like a sort of informational booth, really, and on it you can see a sign that just asks, "Can you hear it?" And you go inside that booth, and inside that booth is a simple table with a few chairs, with a few people playing a simple game of cards. They're dressed in purple sort of jumpsuits. Kind of this rich color shifting purple. They, other than being in matching almost tracksuits, don't look particularly consistent with each other. They're all different, like normal. If you just saw them from the head up, it would just be 3 people playing cards at the table. And one of them, a person with like gently too big of eyes, too small of a nose, like a little bit like if you took a human and they had they made a baby with like a gray alien, kind of like something like that. So mostly human looking, but like a little bit gray alien influenced.
Sure.
Except they have kind of like a normal brown, like a men's classic brown haircut, right? Parted on the side. They look up
the transients from Transmetropolitan.
There you go. 100%. And they look up and they go, "Oh, I think," and they look to the person on their left and they're like, "I think it started." And the person on the right goes, it's gonna get worse, right? And the person that brings this up, we'll just call him the John Doe looking member of this group, goes,
Right.
yeah, but it already happened. So we know what's coming. And with that, they continue playing their game of cards. In another section of the station, from a ventilation shaft above a hallway somewhere just next to utility shafts, a small amount of fungus begins to creep out of the edges of something that hadn't been fitted properly so it can make its way through, and it begins to twitch and claw like fingers, and you can see a handful of wires in said fungus. In another section of the station, you can hear the subtle whistle of what sounds like an air, like a tire deflating, and it zooms in real close, or it starts in a zoom real close, of like a small infant, like needle pin of a hole covered or ringed around by red and black rotting metal as something eats away at it. And as it zooms out, as it zooms out from that, you can see a small fair is happening, like a local town circus.
Oh,
with a ton of people at it.
Fair. Great.
The Rust Carnival.
A rust carnival, if you will. An encroaching techno-fungal set of zombies, if you will. A cult with supernatural powers, if you will.
Oh, fantastic.
Great.
And that's where we leave off in this session of Cosmos Candela, knowing where Chapter 2's challenges are going to immediately come from. Because you have a heist to do, some more information to find out about Talk to Me, and the supernatural shit is 100% about to pop off. But
Operation Pizza Party.
Hell yeah.
because it is late.
Operation Pizza Party is a go.
Because it is late.
Phenomenon.
Late. You can follow. You can follow at Giggle Girl Productions, player of Deplume, on social medias, TikTok and Instagram. I think are primarily there. You can follow
for her.
at That Son of a Glitch on social medias. You can follow at the Kelhop on social medias. You can follow at Radio Free Will on social medias. You can follow at stark.ju on social medias. We've got an excellent cosplayer, a content creator that might make a very particular content for a very particular clientele, depending on how deeply they look for it. We've got an excellent actual play player. We've got an excellent actual play player and GM, and we've got an excellent artist. And then you've got me, your game mommy, at Dying of Exposure.
Excellent game mommy.
Excellent, period.
Just toddling along.
If you're in the New England area or in the general Northeast area,
yes.
not this weekend, but next weekend, I am going to be at Captain Con all weekend in Warwick, Rhode Island. You should go.
That is the weekend of the 6th of February, correct?
The 1st of February.
1st of February, sorry.
January 30th through
January 30th.
February
Oh, yeah,
2nd.
sorry. January 30th through February 2nd.
Yep.
And but we will be back here literally in about 30 minutes playing Baldur's Gate with Triple Aaron. Just me, not the rest of them. They all have to go to bed.
Retired.
I mean, you're welcome to, if you want to stay up until 2:30 in the morning your time.
No, I can't.
You're welcome to hang out.
That doesn't change the fact that you are probably cheating on all of us.
If you want to watch my other actual play, Dying of Exsanguination,
Yeah, that
Strong
other
Quad
group that you cheat
campaign.
on, the lovely, lovely other group that you also cheat on us
Listen,
with.
it's
Crazy
known that I'm
work.
polyamorous and I have a lot of
Crazy.
partners. And when they're across the country, I can't do kitchen table style polyamory.
They told me you said you love them more.
What?
Steve,
I mean, that
that's cheating.
Having different.
It's cheating.
Steve.
By the way, I'm
we
going to
loved
stop
us.
the stream now that I'm getting accusations thrown my way. Everyone have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Typical.